everybody. Welcome to another episode of Book of War, and welcome back to Gamma Dan Cullinan. Glad to see you back. How are your wanderings?
So what'd I miss?
Okay, so if you didn't see, this is great. So Dan, if you didn't see the last episode, I had a special guest, Christian, on to play. And, you know, since Christian hasn't played Book of War previously, I decided to go easy on him.
I see.
As is my custom.
And okay. Makes sense.
So kind of a gentle. If you haven't seen last time, you should watch last time and kind of see a gentle introductory game.
I see. So you only beat him by a little.
Something like that.
Okay. Good to hear.
Approximately, yeah, yes. I didn't severely beat him. Like I normally do.
Okay.
Great. Let's just move on. So if you are new to the show and you didn't watch that one last time, you should go watch that. But for now, Book of War is our lightweight, easy to learn, fast-paced war game that's compatible with traditional D&D. And we've had it on the market and we've played it for a number of years. And I'm constantly running simulations, billions of computer simulations to make sure that it's fair and it's balanced. And it replicates what would actually happen in original D&D if you had to run lots and lots of combats. And if you want to know more, you can go to oedgames.com and find more. And people are kind of discovering it all the time, which is fantastic.
Great.
And here we are playtesting for hopefully an upcoming revision with extra stuff in it and stuff like that. Let me get the chat up. So as usual, Backrius, thanks for checking in on our network. And if you see things and you have questions while we're playing tonight, feel free to pop something in the chat about it. Or if you see us make a rules mistake, remind us, please. That happens frequently as we get excited. And that's what's going to be happening tonight. So we have a rules change.
Okay.
We have a rules change that came up, kind of not a major one, but a number. I mean, you were just talking about a number of our recent Sunday shows on the Wandering Hams channel.
Yeah.
And so on our a number of them recently, in our after chat, we've been talking about the old chainmail rules a lot, which of course is really the kernel of where D&D comes from. And one thing that was pointed out is that my weather rules here, I accidentally almost recreated the weather rules from chainmail. And so we've been rolling a D6, right? And I've been saying 1 to 2 is sunny, 3, 4, 5 is cloudy, 6 is rainy, and that's actually just one single pip off from chainmail. So I asked the question: would it feel nice to just adjust that one pip and roll the weather like you do in chainmail? And unanimously, everybody said yes, that would be cool.
Yeah.
So that's what we're going to be doing tonight. Hey, Julian, good to see you tonight. So starting tonight, it's going to be 1, 2, 3 sunny, 4, 5 cloudy, 6 rainy. Which kind of feels nice, actually, because it's 3 pips, 2 pips, and 1 pip. For some reason, that makes me feel good.
Yeah, I like it too, because if I were playing D&D, I would usually assume that if it's daylight and outside, goblins are at a disadvantage. I wouldn't normally say, oh, it's probably cloudy, right?
Yeah.
So it feels a little more consistent with how I might play it in D&D.
Yeah.
So unless it was like raining and I had established that, I would probably say they're going to be at a disadvantage.
That's a good insight. You know, the funny thing is, I think at one point years ago, as I usually do, right, I looked up historical weather data.
Oh yes.
For France and the Paris area, and New England, where I grew up, Northeast U.S. And both of those came out to be roughly those stats of like cloudy half the time, bright, a third of the time, and raining like about a sixth of the time. So that's what I baked into Book of War.
Okay, yeah, that's interesting.
Back along. And I mean, for what it's worth, here we are in New York, and it is cool and it's cloudy today.
Yeah, that's true.
And that's kind of my idiom.
And it's now summer, yeah.
But that's a good point. That actually is a good point of by default, you probably would think it was sunny. So anyway, so that's what we're going to try tonight. And as a result, the orcs and goblins, who, like you're saying, are light disadvantaged, specifically for the archers, their price dropped by 1 point.
Okay.
The foot pieces, it didn't make enough of a difference in the simulator.
Okay.
But the orc archers dropped from cost 6 to 5, and same for the goblins. So I brought them. So I brought a bunch of orc archers just to test that out.
Oh, cool.
Just an attempt to take advantage when you weren't thinking about it.
Yeah, right.
I don't know if that's going to work.
Good discount.
So a little bit of a change here tonight. We'll see if, and again, viewers, if you agree with that or disagree, feel free to tell us in the chat here tonight.
Yeah.
And I think that's the main thing. And you're going to see, like last time, Christian and I didn't use high-level solos with wizards with spells. Yeah. So we're back to that, and I'm glad we're testing that out tonight. So Dan, how about you tell us? I'm going to put up the stat link as we kind of talk about our armies. Feel free to go to oedgames.com/streaming, and you'll see the specific errata that we're testing and the point costs, and feel free to account. Feel free to double check our prices there. So, Weathergate. So, if I can click the thing here. Okay, so Dan, what have you brought for your army tonight?
So I brought a Lich on a Wyvern. I have brought 20 units, 200 Hobgoblin, medium foot.
Yeah.
I've brought 20 units or 200 heavy crossbows. Is that what they call them?
I think they're regular crossbows.
Regular crossbows.
Right? Yeah.
Oh, is there a...
Did you say crossbows?
New unit tonight.
Well, that went so fast.
Yeah, no, I got that. These are supposed to be heavy crossbows.
Oh.
That's why they were 10.
Oh, crap. Okay.
Did I get the wrong... Are these the wrong tokens for that?
No.
Yeah, so they are in fact heavy crossbows.
Ah, crap. I wasn't, yeah. We were verbally talking about what he had, and I didn't... Really? Heavy crossbows?
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Well, that'll make Julian happy. Okay, I was thinking about my strategy, and I'm having to reprocess. I'm going to have to recompile my program for tonight.
Well, it's not a lot of units. They were some of them are kind of expensive, but...
So it's like everything on the table have armor 5. Is that what's going to happen here tonight?
Wow, maybe. Yeah, because the medium hobgoblins are 5, and the heavy crossbows are 5, and the Lich on a Wyvern.
They're probably 6, right?
It's probably 6. It is.
Okay. William saying movement penalties abound. Great. So, of course, when Dan came in and told me what he picked for his army, I started laughing uproariously because, if I bring mine up, I brought almost the exact same thing. Let's get the dice out of the way here. So, over there. There we go. So I also decided to test the Lich and Wyvern figure, which you had fun with in the past, which is great, very powerful. And I also brought an apprentice, an 11th level wizard with my Lich. And then I brought 20 figures of orc archers, representing really 200 orcs, to test the new pricing. And I also brought a bunch of hobgoblin medium foot. So I brought 220 hobgoblins of my own. So Dan came in and said, I got a Lich and a Wyvern, and I got a bunch of hobgoblins. I'm like, oh no, we picked the exact same army is what it looked like. So fortunately not exactly the same thing. So let me say this. I think earlier today I was like, I want to test that Lich and the Wyvern. I want to test the spells. And of course the Lich is very high level. They're an 18th level wizard.
Yeah.
They have literally every spell in the game. Yeah. So both Dan and I tonight have our spell cards here. We didn't have to pick what the Lich had memorized because they memorized everything. Everything that we have in the game for 6th level D&D spells. So we'll get to test potentially any possible spell. I actually made 4 different varieties of this army.
Oh.
And the thing is, when I first said, Lich and Wyvern, I got all kinds of ideas I can put around Lich and Wyvern. And then I sat down to make it. I was like, oh my God, it's so expensive.
Yeah. It takes a bite, yeah.
It's so expensive. It costs $200.
It's almost half your army.
Yeah, it costs $200 out of our $500 budget. I'm like, well, that radically constrains all the cool stuff that I wanted to put around the Lich.
Yeah.
So I wanted to pick multiple solos and giants and dragons. I'm like, nope. You get one.
Yeah.
You get one other thing, and then I've got some actual points left over for the army. Did you did you have other options in mind?
No, I mean, I thought when I got the Lich and Wyvern, the rest of it would probably be a conventional army. I did toy with the idea of some like units of giants or something.
Yeah.
But in the end, I do like the range of the crossbow. So yeah, I put my money there.
Yeah. That makes sense. And initially I wanted my Lich to have like 2 apprentices, and I was like 2 wizards or a wizard and a lord. And I tried to price it out, and you're just like, that's going to be your whole army.
And that would be, I think someone on here wanted to see that matchup.
I think it was William that probably said that we should do that another time, actually. It's not intended to have one army be entirely solos, but just to see if we can break the game, we should probably try that sometime.
Yeah.
It's honestly a good idea.
Yeah.
And I also had to pick up the lowest level wizard in the game.
Oh, right. Really? So you got the lowest.
Correct. So my wizard can cast lightning bolts,
but no spells.
Correct.
Okay, gotcha.
Correct. No other spells than just the lightning bolts around.
Right.
So that's it. So I'm going to remind myself about what special rules we both have happening. So our if the weather comes up sunny, which is now 50-50, my orc archers are disadvantaged terribly.
Yeah.
They'd be in terrible shape.
Yeah.
Our hobgoblins, remember, they don't have light weakness, so they're not affected in the sun. They do have a morale bonus of +1.
Ah, yes.
Right out of the books for original D&D, and that counteracts the -1 from their being chaotic.
Cool.
And I've got this wizard that can cast lightning bolts and nothing else. And we both have a Lich on a Wyvern that, I'm just going to make sure we not forget anything, can fly, obviously. So I've got the flying, we got the flying rules out, and we got the flying arc.
Yeah, and I noticed they fly pretty slow, don't they? The Lich on a Wyvern.
Well, 24.
Oh, wait, I'm looking at the wrong stat.
Got it.
Lich on a Wyvern, move 9. I see.
That's on the ground.
That's on the ground. Yeah. Gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah. So the flight is 24. Now, it's not as fast as like a Griffin that could fly 30.
No.
Or a Pegasus that's 36 in traditional D&D. But 24 is pretty good.
Pretty good, yeah.
Has detection, so if we had like hiding elves or things, they would detect that, but that's not an issue. They have all the spells, just once each, obviously.
Okay.
They've got protection from missiles, so you can't shoot them. Okay. And they also have fear like a dragon.
Yeah.
So if they run into any unit, you got to make a tough morale check, or the unit just evaporates.
Nice. I love it.
So watch for that. And of course, they're a solo. They automatically hit in melee for 1 damage. I see. They do have 2 health.
Nice.
Which is highly unusual for a solo.
For a solo, yes.
Right? That's like being as tough as 20 normal men. I am in fact as strong as 20 normal men.
Wow.
So there's that. Anything else I should review?
No, I don't think so.
So potentially we have all the rules that might possibly happen. Right? We have the basic rules. We have the spellcasting rules. We have possibly solo on solo melee that could happen. We could have a Lich on Lich throwdown
for sure.
We could have forest fires. I'm just see there. We've got flyers, and we've got the solo stat blocks.
Yeah,
if that comes into play. So we might actually start playing D&D by accident, possibly.
Nice.
Oh, and we also have the stock spells memorized.
Oh,
so if the melee happens, the Lich can cast other spells.
Neat.
From D&D, like possibly you could cast Magic Missile.
Cool. And Magic Missile at that level is like multiple missiles, right?
Yeah, we'd look it up. We'd look it up. It's probably not the best option, but we got it all. We got it all, baby. Here at Book of War tonight.
Nice.
And Julian's asking, would a Wraith in a Wyvern be strong enough to be solo? See, Julian, that's what I wanted, right? That was the initial intent, was to have right out of Lord of the Rings, a Wraith on I always forget what they call the flyers in Lord of the Rings, the fell beasts, right? That was totally the intent, and it did not come out strong enough. So I made it a Lich instead, and that's my analog.
Gotcha.
That's the intent.
Yeah. I think, yes, I remember that now. Yeah. That's good.
Yeah. Great question. That's totally what I wanted to echo here tonight. So let's get started. Is that, and turn this on. Yes, Nazgul on Fell Beasts is what I was thinking about. All right, I guess you're going to hear that twice because normally I'm supposed to play that after we set up actually. So let's start with that. So let's start with initiative as usual.
All right, ready?
We picked the same color for the trays. I swapped, so that's my bad. That's on me. I swapped out blue where I normally pick red. So unfortunately, we have trays of the same color. I just
do you want me to be
realized-
red this time? I can swap out.
Let's not spend
I'm
time on
closer
that.
to- okay. Well, didn't you think it might get confusing?
Okay, you know what? If you think you can do that,
Well, let's do it once we get started. And I
Yeah,
can do it
okay.
while,
Yeah, let's
while-
do that.
Yeah, okay.
at some point I'll be thinking, and then
Yeah,
you can do that.
exactly. All right. I won.
Okay, so I assume you're forcing me
Yes.
to set up first. Okay. So I'm going to roll for weather to begin with here.
All right.
Oh, God. I'm going to roll for terrain.
All right.
See, this is what happens when I get excited. It's like I just start scrambling everything up.
Yeah. Good. Just I want you. I want you unsteady for this. Okay.
Every time. So the terrain table is what I'm looking for. Okay, so my first roll is 8, which is woods.
All right. Get this stuff out of here.
Remember, there's no flying in woods.
In woods, but you can fly over them.
Correct.
Yeah. They're 3. Well, how are they?
3 is correct.
Yeah. Okay.
Which I think is both reasonable and their actual real height on the table.
Nice.
No, there's nothing that can hide in the woods. Our armies are so symmetrical
Yes.
that... Okay, the main difference is my wizard.
Yes, that's a big one.
You've got tougher archers,
Oh yeah.
but I have a wizard.
Exactly. Oh, yeah, you can.
I'm going to do that.
All right, my turn.
Yep.
5 is a hill.
Here is a hill.
All right. Now, I know we've talked about this many times, but the trees are taller than the hill, right?
Yes.
Yeah. All right.
Again, they're real size to scale.
Okay. Yeah. Right. I think I'll do this.
Interesting. Kind of a barrier there. So 6 is open, so I don't place any terrain.
All right, my turn.
Yeah.
8.
There's more woods.
All right.
Give you a couple of trees there you can place as you wish.
Alrighty. Fun. Well, let's see. I don't know. I'm feeling wacky.
Okay, interesting. So this is my third roll. Ooh, 12, which is a pond.
All right. See some use for lower water in my future. Interesting.
Good problem. I don't know if anybody could guess that was what was going to happen.
Yeah, that's good. That makes sense to me. All right, my turn.
Yeah.
I don't know what I
these
do with
are
mine.
yours.
Yeah, okay.
And this is going to be your last roll, right? I'm going to get one more after this.
Another hill.
Another hill.
Mm-hmm. All right, I'm gonna put this hill here.
You're stacking it all up in place. Okay, so you've rolled 3 times. This is my last time, which is how we do it currently. And I got a 10, which is a marsh. Oh, interesting. A marsh. It's really interesting that we don't have any mounts tonight.
Yeah, it would be a
right?
nightmare for the mouse.
Yeah, because as I'm placing stuff, I'm thinking, oh, that'll be bad for my horses, and I look over here and I don't have any.
Yeah. Yeah. What? Okay.
Yeah. Yep. Yes.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Mm.
All right, and that's our terrain. That's our terrain setup. So, how do you feel about that, Dan?
We're gonna have the entire battle down here.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
I'm just kidding. I don't know.
And let me bring up the weather die. So I always have you do this. So once again, this is our changed rule here. So 1 through 3 is sunny, 4, 5 is cloudy, and 6 would be rainy.
Okay.
2. Okay, so sunny. So obviously the only difference is if you roll a 3 for what it's worth. So this is still sunny. Let me throw up the icon for that.
Mm-hmm.
Now that's bad for my orcs.
Yeah, but we'll see how long that lasts.
So my orcs again
oh,
with
it's
light
actually,
vulnerability.
So wait a minute.
Yeah.
You only get to move it 1 pip with a spell, right?
Correct.
Nice. I mean, you do have 2 spells. No, you don't.
Ah, damn it. So in sunny weather, just
so
to be
wait
clear,
a minute. It does matter.
What
The new range matters because if it were still 1 and 2.
Not 1 pip, one category.
Oh, you can move it 1.
Correct.
Category. So you can move it to cloudy.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
My misunderstanding. I'm sorry. Yeah.
So if I have a control weather spell, which obviously I do, I can make it cloudy. While it's sunny, again, my orcs are -1 to hit, which is really bad on a D6, and also -1 morale.
Yeah, I get you.
So when it's sunny, I can't hit anything armor 6 in long range, for example.
Gotcha.
The best I can do with any of your guys, even in short range, is to hit on a 6 with my archers if it's sunny.
Right. Okay. Got it.
So yeah, admittedly, I would really like it to not be sunny.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let's see. Oh, you retrade them really fast.
Yeah.
I'm impressed. Great. Let me just look here. So Julian had a comment a while back. It's pretty interesting that the wraiths are on the fantasy combat table in chainmail, but they're too weak in Book of War. Now remember, again, a note that I hit frequently is that chainmail fantasy is just man to man, right? It does represent one thing at a time. And when you go to mass combat here, my assumption is you have to be at least 10 hit dice to show up as a solo.
Yep.
I've probably said that more times than you want me to. And William is blaming my little screw up previously on one little rule change, and all the rules leak out of my brain. That's legit. So let me set up my army. Take all the dice over here. I feel like this bit of like the pond, the marsh is usually what you do to me. Usually I get clogged up with that stuff.
Yeah, no, it's great. Great. Looking forward to bathing in it.
How's this going to play out? This could get really complicated, I'm realizing.
Can you cast reverses of spells in this?
No.
Gotcha.
No. In original D&D,
That wasn't
there's
easy.
only 2 spells that talk about reversals, and they are Transmute Rock to Mud and the other one, which is... Maybe someone can tell me what the other one is. There's only two wizard spells in original D&D in that category, and so for my OED rules, I just wipe them off the table.
Nice.
For OED, I say there's no reversing spells. If you want to develop a new spell that does the opposite, you can have it in your spell book and memorize it separately.
Gotcha.
But you can't on the fly reverse stuff.
Nice.
So that's not part of our rule system here.
Gotcha.
And I don't even none of the spells that we use here are in that category anyway.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to put some archers over here. I'm going to put infantry in the middle. And then infantry in the middle. Lich wizard. That's my setup.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah. Let me flip that if you let me. Liches here, wizards there.
Okay.
Yep. Are you all set up?
Do I have to set up before you move?
Correct.
How did I?
Correct.
You know, I have to take one game off. Okay.
At least we're equally balanced tonight in that regard.
All right.
Stone to flesh. Thank you, William. That's the other reversible spell. I think that's right.
Yeah.
Which I think is the very last wizard spell in original D&D, I think. Or maybe it's control weather, actually.
All right. I think I might kind of reform these guys like this.
Great.
All right. So, am I too far up? Is that okay?
That's fine. Yeah.
All right.
That's perfect.
I'm done.
Great. All right, so now is the time on Sprockets when I meant to play this. All right, so now we're actually starting. The viewers have heard that twice now. Okay, so my first movement is... Okay, so my hobgoblins are moved 9, right? Yeah. Okay, everybody, all these guys move forward 9.
Okay.
Now, spellcasting takes place during the attack phase,
Yeah.
right? And anything you do in the attack phase can be any order you wish.
Okay.
I'm just gonna set that. Just thinking aloud.
Yeah. So what you're saying is you can't cast spells during movement
Correct.
phase.
Correct.
Gotcha.
And then when the attack phase happens, it could be spell attack attack or attack spell attack or attack attack spell. or whatever the
Yes.
the person running it desires. I think I bring that up partly because Christian last time, as you saw, playing Warhammer, they're more strictly phased. So I guess it's move and then all your shooting and then all your melee. If I recall
do
correctly.
they have magic in Warhammer?
They do.
And when does that fall?
Probably its own phase.
Yeah.
Probably.
Mm.
I'm just going on memory.
Okay.
So here, when you get to the attack phase, you can order it whichever way you want. Okay. Wizard's going to march forward 9. The Lich is going to fly to the front of my army. So it ought to be around here.
Okay. The Lich will fly around there.
Yeah.
And is he landing or is he staying in the air?
Landing. Yeah. Boy, I have a lot of... The problem here is I have a lot of options for the Lich. There's a lot of things you can do. Yeah, so that's my move. Okay, so here we go. So all the foot types go forward 9. It's pretty rare that I get my whole army like in a line, moving in formation like this. This is really quite enjoyable. I gotta say, it's actually quite enjoyable not to have to like pick my way around a whole bunch of terrain.
I bet you like it.
Yeah, that's like, wow, that's great. Okay, and my wizard goes forward 9, and the Lich, right, can fly 24, so can take off and land like here.
Okay.
And I don't have any attacks, and that's my move.
All right. So I'm going to declare a movement. I think I'm going to have everyone just move forward as far as they can, except for the Lich on a Wyvern,
Yep.
who's going to stay right where it is.
Okay.
Okay? Shall I do that?
Yep.
Okay. So these guys have 9, but I guess they have to stop at the water, right?
Correct, yes.
So that's just for the record a little over a half move, so they won't be able to shoot.
Got it.
But they wouldn't be able to say anything right now.
Right,
anyway.
agreed.
Okay. These guys, so it's 6 to get, it's only 4.5 to get to the
Okay.
marsh. And that's a quarter move? 1/4
I think
move?
it's a third.
A third, I'm sorry, okay.
I should look it up. Yeah, it's a third move.
So 4.5, so 4.5 divided by 3 is, 1.5.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
So they can go 1.5 into the marsh.
Yeah.
All right, so right there,
Yeah.
the front of them. And these guys. Okay.
Yeah.
Now it's my combat phase.
Correct.
I want to lower water.
Yeah.
Okay. So I get.
Prove that you have it.
Yes. Yes, sir. And it's one of those that as we often discuss, you probably would never use in D&D.
Right.
I guess there could be a time. But
Our friend Hobo Ogre was like, I've never used it ever in my D&D career, and all of a sudden now it's important.
So what do I do with this? Just put it...
Yeah, put it up on the shelf there.
Put it up here for now. Okay. So that stays here, though, because it's only 12 turns.
No, we lower right, it just removes it. It's gone.
So there's no longer a 12 water duration. There's no longer a 12 turn duration. I was wondering how you would even handle that. You would be like a counter die?
Well, that's a good point. The game, this is a good point. The game so rarely lasts 12 turns that I think we can just assume it's not there.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, you know what we can do? We can take a look later. Here, you want this back?
Put it on the bookshelf, I guess. It's easier.
We can watch back later and maybe count the turns and see if we went over, and we'll know.
I wish there was some way that I could just automate what's the average number of turns in our games here.
Yeah.
I feel it's probably not more than like 8.
Okay.
Is it just a complete guess?
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
So so on this point, see, I've recently been thinking about this, and I actually think, and viewers tell me if this is crazy. I think in the next edition of Bookware, I might actually just remove the durations from the spells entirely because I don't think they ever matter.
Yeah. Okay.
So I might actually just wipe it right out to which would at least answer this question.
Yeah. Well, simplify things.
Yeah. Yeah. Does that seem crazy?
Well, also. So I don't want to go too far down this rabbit hole, but maybe there's an easy answer. But what's a turn in D&D and what's a turn in...
Yeah, let's not... this is the sorest of sore spots. We're not getting into that.
Okay.
Join our Discord.
Okay.
Visit patreon.com/1DMs and join our Discord.
Because we will never finish this.
That's the appropriate venue for that, Dan.
Okay, good.
It's such a great question.
Okay. Good. All right. So that's the end of my turn, I do believe.
Okay. It's so interesting because frequently one of us will put our archers up on the edge of the pond or something, and then there's a problem maneuvering because you've blocked yourself in there.
Totally.
And so it's like, here it happens again. Like, oh no, this is totally different.
So what do you think it looks like when a lich lowers water? I think it just all turns to steam.
Well, now that's canon.
I think that's pretty cool. In my head, that's my head canon.
In the next D&D movie, that's exactly what's happening, and I fully approve that. It boils away.
Yeah, exactly.
That's great. Okay, so my turn, and William is knows. I think William was actually the first person that pointed out the problem with how long the turns last. So he is probably head aware guy number 1 on that. Okay. God, I feel like I'm playing really bad.
How do you know? The only thing that's happened is a bunch of terrain.
Okay, so I want... I want my normal forces to stay where they are. And I want my wizard to walk around through this gap here as far as they can. Mm-hmm. So 12 inches, I guess.
Cool.
I think I'm playing super bad. I think I'm playing super bad. So the wizard can go 12 inches.
Okay.
So that is 5 inches, and there's 7 more here. Okay, so now it's my combat phase. Wizard can't do anything because they moved full.
Gotcha.
My Lich is going to cast Move Earth.
Okay. Oh, interesting.
Going to cast Move Earth. Is that visible there? Right. On this hill.
Oh, interesting.
And which allows me to move it 6 inches per turn.
Nice.
So I'm going to throw this card away.
Okay.
And I'm going to take this hill and move it back towards my forces by 6
Interesting.
inches. Because that
Oh,
looks to
very
me
interesting.
like that's an important piece of terrain.
Okay. Very cool. Wow, we're using all the terrain spells. Look at us.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And it's your turn.
All right. All right. Well, I think what I'm gonna do, because your wizard, well, we'll get to that in a moment.
Yeah.
I think what I'm gonna do is once again full movements all around, but my Lich on a Wyvern is gonna stay put for the time being.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So this, 9 inches is basically just,
Yeah.
it's, well, I guess it's takes 2 inches to get up a level, right?
Correct.
Whatever, I don't think it matters, so I'm just going to put it here.
Yeah, agreed.
All right. So a third is 4, right? No,
It's 3.
3.
Right.
Wishful thinking.
If they were light foot, it would be 4.
Right,
You would
exactly.
correct for
Right.
archers or light foot.
Exactly. Now, they can go 3.5 inches and then get to the forest.
Right.
And then the forest halves their movement, right?
Correct.
All right. So let's just say, it's 4. Let's say 4. So then 2.5 through the.
Yeah.
Okay. So that would put them about there.
Yeah.
These white spots here. All right. I want to cast anti-magic spell on myself.
Oh, shit. Okay, so anti-magic sphere, range personal, duration, the whole game basically.
Mm-hmm.
You create an invisible and mobile barrier around yourself that suppresses all magic. This area, which is 1 figure, is impervious to all magical effects, including, and this is just text out of original D&D basically, including attacks by breath, gaze, and song. It prevents function of magic items or spells within its space. Magical monsters cannot enter the area. Nothing here counts for that. The sphere cannot be dispelled.
So my real question is, does that mean does that foil his wand? Is that a magical effect that it foils? Because that's why I'm casting it.
Okay, range is personal, so you can only cast it on yourself.
No, I know.
Yeah.
But if it
Yeah.
I'm just asking, you know
Yeah.
better than I do. If it foils breath, gaze, and song, does
Yeah.
it foil wand attacks?
Yes.
So if he tries to shoot me with lightning, it won't work.
Correct.
Okay, that's all I'm clear about. That's all I'm clear about.
Yep, that's the point.
Yeah. I just because it didn't explicitly say wands on the card, and I don't know OD&D as well, and that's all. I just was asking a clarifying question.
Yep, that's great. It definitely a magical effect. I think my brain has very complicated things that it's processing.
You
And
thought
so
I meant cast it on him and he can't use his wand. Anyway,
something like that,
no,
or
I just
something
meant,
more complicated.
Yeah, no, I just meant on the Wyvern. Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
Definitely a magical effect.
Okay,
Yeah. You are immune to wands.
Phew.
Yep.
All right, that's my turn.
Okay.
That's all I got.
All magic. Great. Okay. That's the first time that's been cast here, right?
Probably.
I'm pretty sure that's the first time it's been cast on this game.
But those dang wands are annoying.
They are.
And so.
They are. And fireballs and lightning bolts are very powerful. On Discord, a couple people said, I don't know if that's like just they're hyper powered.
Yeah.
No matter which one of our targeting rules we use.
Exactly.
So I see why that makes sense.
Yeah.
All right. So, and I might forget that.
Okay.
Right. So if I start shooting lightning at your lich,
I'll remember.
Yeah.
That. I think I can.
That's
remember.
good.
Yeah.
Okay, hypothetically, my orcs can hit armor 5 guys at long range. No, I can't.
That's
I can't. I can hit him in short range with a 6.
yeah, right now.
Because
Yeah.
it -1 for long range, -1 because it's sunny with my orcs. So I would need to hit roll a 7 in long range.
Gotcha.
So that's terrible. So my orcs can only hit you within 7.5 inches, and you can hit me at 24 inches. So that's a pretty bad matchup.
Mm-hmm.
That's a pretty bad matchup. Pretty bad matchup. Okay, so you can't cast spells now
Why?
because you've got anti-magic sphere on.
Oh, I can't cast any more spells?
Right, you can't cast yourself.
Oh.
Okay, if that wasn't clear, I'll give you a mulligan on that.
On that?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it definitely was. I sorry. See, it's my ignorance. I'm sorry. Yeah.
We no, and this is why we test, frankly, because we haven't used it. It actually didn't occur to me to begin with. But yeah,
Like
anti-magic sphere suppresses all magic, all spells within the space, including
all
yours.
spells.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've literally. Thank you. I've never used it in D&D either, so I have no idea. Okay, that was.
There you go.
Not what I intended.
There you go.
So in that case, unfortunately, you haven't started your turn yet, right?
Correct.
Okay. So
Correct.
in that case,
That just dawned on me.
all right. So. I think that I will. Fly.
Okay.
But that would have been a movement phase thing. But I was staying still to cast that spell.
Yeah,
How do you want to
I'll
do
give
it?
you this. I haven't
Okay.
done any movement here,
Okay.
so we'll call this a rules clarification.
Thanks.
I'll
Sorry
give you
about that.
movement. It's okay.
Yeah. All right. So I think what I'll do then is I would like to attack your wizard. I don't know if I have enough range to do that, but I'm gonna fly as close to you as I can.
Yep.
So 24 gets me there.
Okay.
Now I need to use
So obviously you need to get up 3 inches
Right.
to get over the trees. And
so
then
I'll
back
stay
down.
up 3 inches. I'll stay in the
Okay.
air.
All right. Okay.
So is that okay? I'll go here
Yeah.
and stay up 3 inches.
Yeah.
So let's sort of bring this down to level. From the middle or from the
From the post there.
from the post, and that's where the post will go.
Yeah.
So I guess I'll kind of put it on this side a little bit,
Yep.
like here.
Great.
As he destroys the entire board. Okay.
Okay, well, this is a very different situation. Okay. You happy with that?
Yes, all done now. Thanks.
Maybe mark the altitude with a D20.
Yeah. So I'm at 3.
Yep. But I can hit you with lightning bolts. I cannot hit you with archery. For multiple reasons, I can't hit you with archery. So here I'm debating whether I should send my Lich after. Because I don't know, the wizard doesn't have any spells. Now, if the Lich hits the wizard, obviously we're going to go to zoom in D&D combat.
Yeah. Aerial combat.
Well, the wizard's not flying, so you'd have to be on the ground.
Okay, sorry. I thought you meant if your Lich went after my Lich.
Oh, right. That's right. Right. These are all hard choices. There's no hard choices here. So all these spells, that's not good. That's not good. Yeah, actually, that movement isn't great. That flying movement from the Lich isn't what you want. And you can't fly in the woods either. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. I do have Missile Ward. I'm going to have my Lich fly over the hill
Land.
and get here. So halfway between the hill and those woods.
Okay.
If you're within 12 inches, I can hit you automatically with the little lightning bolts.
So you have to add 1.5 inches for my height, right?
Right.
I'm still probably within 12. That was
I
dumb.
think so.
And you kill me, right? Because it's 6 damage?
You get a saving throw.
Oh, I get saving throw.
Yeah.
Okay.
You'd roll 2d6 and you'd roll that 6 damage
Okay.
to avoid anything.
I see.
Yeah, I think you're within 12 as well. So I'm gonna take advantage of that. So
Okay.
So Lich goes there. I guess I'll push these archers up next to the wizard.
Okay.
I'll push these guys up onto the hill if I can, and I'll push both of these units up towards there by 9 inches. Oh God, this is terrible. This is, oh God. Yeah, what am I going to do? I have to be a little aggressive. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Okay, so pretty clearly I can get here, agreed?
Yeah,
Okay.
undoubtedly. Yeah.
I could fly around this way if I needed to.
Mm-hmm.
So here comes 9 inches here. 9 inches from the outside. 9 inches here.
Mm-hmm.
I want him up by the wizard, so like here. And this bit here is 5 inches, 6, 7, 8, 9, and I'm on that first tier.
Okay.
So yeah, so I'm gonna shoot 2 lightning bolts at your Lich.
Okay. How far away are we?
Okay. So I need this to be about 10 inches.
10.5, I think.
Yeah, and it's 9.
Okay, so no problem.
9 plus the 1.5 inches, like you said, is 10.5.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, I do actually hit you solidly twice with the lightning bolt.
Okay, so I get 1 savings throw?
You're gonna save versus both.
Okay,
You're
and
both.
each one would kill me. If either hits me, it kills
You have 2 health. You have 2 health. So against solos, I would only hit you once. I would hit you for 1 pip.
Oh, okay.
Right. So you have to fail both of these to be dead.
Okay. So 6 or higher, is that the deal?
Correct. Damage in D&D, the damage would be 6. These need to be 6 or higher than you save.
First
you
one save.
Take no damage.
That's. I mean, do you want me to re-roll the one that's?
Even if you roll a 1, you make it.
Yeah.
Okay, so you've saved twice and don't take any damage at the scale.
Holy crap! That's a relief. Because I'm going to admit I made a major blunder flying that close to you. Here I was worrying about anti-magic sphere for the wand, and then I fly right into
the lightning
auto range.
Yeah.
What is going on with my brain? I don't know.
So obviously in D&D you would have taken some damage, right? But you saved it twice, and we're not. So it's below the level that we care about here.
Okay.
So as far as we care at mass scale, you're still full up.
Nice.
And even if you get into solo combat, the way we're doing it, you still have full hit points.
Cool.
Right? Because we're only doing it like that at mass scale at distance.
Got it.
So I will say there was a tiny little adjustment to the saving throws. If you look back last time we did this, I said you have to roll over the 6. And Julian made a pretty good point that that's noticeably more punitive than normal D&D. So I brought it down to meet the damage number, and that might have made a difference on the second save there. So that's how we're doing it now.
Nice.
I guess that's my turn, right? That's everything. I
guess there's nothing else. You can
I mean, I can't archery shoot your Lich, so that was those 2 lightning bolts were all I had. All right, and it's your turn.
Now a solo versus solo.
Yeah.
Do you get an advantage from attacking from behind?
Let me just think about this. So what's about to happen probably is, I'm guessing, is this. I'm a little off kilter here.
Or do solos even have a bind? I mean, don't solos get to kind of turn wherever they want?
That's what I was about to say.
Yeah.
That's what I was about to say.
Okay, that makes
so
sense.
We could decide right now. I mean, what would make sense in D&D? So I've got a wyvern flying at me,
and you just stand like this.
Yeah.
No, I'm
so
joking.
I'm guessing
I'm
no.
joking.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I would only give a bonus for attacking behind, basically, if someone's unaware of you.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
I think that makes sense.
However, and an army or a unit automatically gets the from behind bonus.
Correct.
Yeah,
because there's enough people to surround you.
Gotcha. Okay. So then, all right. It is my turn, right? Yes.
It is your turn.
Okay, so movement. Yeah. So, okay, it's 2 to get up each level.
Yeah.
How far is it? This is a critical question because if this is half an inch, that's 4.5 gets me up to the lip of this.
The figure has to be able to stand there.
Okay, can't hover in the air.
Yeah.
But by it. Okay.
Right.
So I can't.
So if you remove the tray, it has to be far enough the figure can stand there.
All right. Right.
I'm very worried about this Lich right here coming at my wizard right here is my concern.
These guys have 9 movement, right?
These guys have 9. These guys actually have 12.
Okay.
I haven't used the 12 yet.
Yeah. I mean, to hell with it. I'm just gonna get up on the hill.
Okay.
Use my movement to get up on the hill. I mean, I don't know what else to do. Like, what is this bad idea? I don't think you're within 9. You may be within 12. But then you hit this, and it's immediately -2. So no, I'm fine. I'm going up.
Okay. What other movement are you making?
Oh. Full steam ahead.
Okay.
Here, full steam ahead. But everybody. Oh, one important movement. He's like, cut to the chase. I know you were like waiting with bated breath to know what these guys were going to do.
Totally, yeah. I was very intrigued.
I'm going for your.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
All
right. So do we agree I can descend?
Oh yeah, of
All
course,
right.
yeah.
So just.
Okay. Well, that's bad.
Yeah.
Ah, that looks really bad. I can't. That looks really frightening on camera. Not in the face. Not in the face.
And we agree I have enough movement to get up here?
Yeah, right.
I mean, because it's
Sure.
they have 9,
Right.
so...
Yeah. It's going to be real ugly in another turn.
Three. Four and a half.
I don't know if I screwed up by pushing forward. I don't know if I should have been a real bastard and just hung back the whole game. Maybe that would have been better. Let me get this D20 out here.
Yeah, that's my movement phase. These guys use all their movement. They can't fire, but I'd like to attack your wizard.
All right. Now, unfortunately, I apologize. I didn't bring writing implements for the D&D part, so I'm going to get up and just give me a second here. So
Okay.
feel free to entertain the troop.
So, I don't know. What can I do? I don't know any sleight of hand, Dan. I don't know any cool magic. Alright. He's back. Whew.
I guess after last week, I forgot about the possibility that we just start playing D&D at some point, which is now.
It's happening.
All right, so OED stat blocks,
Nice.
right, and stock spells memorized because we're both wizard characters. So you can either attack in melee with these guys, or you can cast one of these spells. To your right, under the pond on the bookshelf, there's an OED book of spells.
Okay.
If you need.
If I need it.
Yeah.
All right. So.
And we're gonna get 3 rounds here, and it's gonna go you and then me and then you.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say. Yeah, joint types. So I essentially get 2 attacks if I do physical attacks.
Correct.
And then Lord 11th level, Wizard 11th level has HD 11.
Right.
So multiply that by 3.5, essentially, or how do you?
4.
By 4. Okay. So you have.
I'm sorry. For multiplied y, I should say.
Well, are we doing hit points or?
Yeah.
Okay.
So hit points are in parentheses there.
Oh, sorry. You already did that. 40.
Yeah.
So okay.
Previously, they weren't there. That has been added. So
Okay.
last time we did this,
Okay.
I've improved the process.
Gotcha. All right. So you have 38 hit points, and I can only do 1d6 damage plus 2. Well.
The wyvern also has poison, I will point out.
Oh yeah. I think I'd like the wyvern to do a physical attack. Now, if I do that, am
Yeah.
I allowed to just cast a spell, or?
I'm going to say yes.
Okay.
Just because I'm going to say yes because I have a question mark about it, and
All right.
I don't want to.
Okay. So, I think then.
Well, this is looking not great.
How good is magic missile? Should I look at what spells?
You're going to get 5 spells. Now, okay, let me just point this out. So I'm on the original D&D page with dragons.
Yeah.
And remember, when dragons, we decided we're going to honor you need to roll for whether you use your breath weapon or not?
Yes.
Okay, so I think we should also honor with wyverns, you need to roll to see whether they use their poison sting or not.
That's fair.
Right. So the original D&D rule is you roll a d6, 1, 2, 3, 4, you use the poison sting, 5, 6, just bite.
Okay, that's fine.
So
Yep.
2/3 of the time it would be the poison sting.
But that's separate from the damage roll. It's not.
That is correct.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
correct.
All right. Sounds good. So magic missile for every odd number caster level. So you said 5.
Yeah.
So and a maximum of 5.
Yeah.
And each one does d6 plus 1 damage, and it's an auto hit, right?
Correct. Correct.
So I do 5d6 plus 5 damage against you.
Correct. Side point. We're assuming that all the wizards have shield,
Okay.
and shield protects you from magic missile.
Oh, okay. So then I won't be doing that.
Right.
Okay.
This is the first time we've dug into all the D&D spells.
Yeah.
So
All right.
yeah, magic missile. Yeah, shield negates any magic missiles cast at you.
Gotcha.
Okay. Haven't screwed up yet.
All right.
We're gonna do this, and probably I'm just gonna get stung by the poison, be instantly dead. Is what I feel is about to happen. 45 hit points for a Lich, and the Wyvern has 24 hit points, and my Wizard has, as you said, 38 hit points. My Wizard has a shield spell up. I've got Detect Invisibility. I've got protection from normal missiles.
Can I cast Mirror Image
Yes.
on myself?
Yep.
That'll make it harder for you to hit me, right?
Yes.
Okay. I think that's what I'll do. The Wyvern will attack, and I'll cast Mirror Image.
Right.
But if I cast Mirror Image, I can't attack, right? Yeah, obviously.
Correct.
All right.
Correct. Now that would protect against melee attacks or directly aimed spells. If it's an area spell, which I probably can't cast because you're right in my face, then it wouldn't protect against that.
But it would protect against the magic wand. Or it would make
That's
it
an
hard.
area effect spell.
Oh, so you can't do lightning.
I'm not going to be casting the wand
Okay.
in melee.
Okay. Would it affect the Wyvern I'm riding?
I'm going to say yes.
Okay. All right, then. I'm casting Mirror Image and I'm attacking with the Wyvern.
Great. Take your big ass D6, and we're going to pretend it's a D4 and see how many images you get. Not that.
So roll until I get one.
Correct.
I'm sorry, you want me to put it here? Doesn't matter.
Yeah. Only one. So Dan rolled a 1 there.
Does that mean there's at least, that's an additional, but it's more than one?
It looks like there's 2 of you.
Gotcha.
Right. So it's 50-50.
Okay. All right. I'll take it.
Yeah. All right, and your Wyvern's attacking, so roll the d6 and see if you're stinging versus biting. So again, 1 through 4. Okay, so you are stinging, unfortunately.
Okay.
You can take your d20. It's going to be very short solo fight. You take your d20, and you're going to add 7 for your hit dice, and you're going to add 0 for my AC, and you're trying to get 20. So the die came up 18, and 18 plus 7 is 25. So you have hit my Wizard with your Poison Sting. Roll 1d6 plus 2 for your damage. Another 1 on the die. So I take 3 points of damage, and now I have to make a save versus friggin' poison. So how that works, our shortcut in OAD is I'm going to roll d20 plus my level plus another 4.
What's the 4 for?
Specifically for saves versus death or poison,
Okay.
which are a little bit easier than other saves. I'm just going to do that right here. So the die, I guess I have a pretty good chance of doing that. So the die needs to come up. I guess I'm adding 15, right?
Okay.
If I can roll at least a 5, I'm
All right.
okay. So I have actually rolled a 5.
Wow. Exciting.
Which is, and again, I'll just account that. So plus 11 for my level is 16. Plus 4 for the modifier for that. That's exactly what I needed. So I just barely avoid death
done.
versus
Well
death
done.
from poison.
All right.
Okay, so my turn, my round.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so I could hit you with a dagger, which seems suboptimal. You're mirror imaged. I mean, if I cast an area spell, I'm going to catch myself, which is not good. So Fascinating. Okay, I am going to cast... I'm going to go for the top level thing. I'm going to cast Feeble Mind on your Lich.
All right.
Feeble Mind on your Lich, which is the classic wizard kill spell. Can't cast that on an undead Lich because you don't have a brain.
I don't have a damn brain.
Okay, wait, never mind. Okay, that's fine. Damn it. Oh no. I can't cast Hold Monster because you're undead. Oh boy. Oh no, this is looking bad. You immobilize one or more sentient creatures. And the upcoming Book of Spells rules has some tweaks to it that we're dealing with. So I can't hit undead with Feeble Mind. I can't hit undead with Hold Monster. Okay, now I'm just going to go down my list here. I can't charm you because you're undead. I mean, I could hold the Wyvern and at least take the poison off the table. Can I polymorph you? No, that only works against living creatures. I can't fear you. Oh my god, I can practically do nothing against a Lich. I could magic missile you, but you have too many hit points. Jesus.
I don't have shield.
Yep, you totally have shield.
Okay.
I can't do that. I can't. Oh my god, none of my spells work against a Lich. Holy crap. Oh no. Oh, this is oh no. I have this giant roster of spells, and none of them work against a Lich. Oh, crap. Oh, no. Oh. Well, I really wish you didn't miss those saves when I had a chance of lightning you.
Yeah.
I literally none of my attack spells... I mean... That's an area thing. Literally, none of my attack spells have any effect on you. Well, crap. Man, I could cast invisibility, but you detect invisibility automatically.
Right.
You know, I'm gonna cast Hold Monster on the Wyvern. All right. Now, I'm assuming there's one image for your doubled thing.
Yeah.
So I'm going to roll here to see if I hit the image.
Yeah, and then I'll do a savings throw if so. So
right, exactly.
The real one will be a 1, or oh wait, it's a 50-50 chance.
Right, exactly.
So how do you want to do it?
1, 2, 3 is the image. 4, 5, 6 is actually your Wyvern.
Okay, 4, 5, 6 is me.
Yes.
My Wyvern.
Yeah. Okay, so I rolled a 4, so that actually the Hold Monster does hit your Wyvern.
I get some kind of save.
Correct. So, Hold Monster.
7 HD.
Where is that 5th level? Okay, so if I target a single monster, which I've done, you're saving versus stone at -2. Now saves against stone get +2. The -2 counteracts it, so you're just going to roll d20 plus your dice, and you're looking for 20.
So my hit dice are 7,
Yeah.
so I need a 13.
Yeah.
Is it okay if I can roll
Yeah,
here?
yeah.
Yes.
16, and your Wyvern saves.
Nice.
And my Hold Monster is gone. So you cast Mirror Image, which again is one of Paul's favorite spells. I cast Hold Monster, and it's your round.
All right.
What do you do?
Let me just look.
We are currently playtesting the 3rd edition of Book of Spells. As Dan thinks about this, a couple things that have happened in the last couple minutes. The fact that Mirror Image protects against targeted spells is not how I used to rule the game.
Oh, okay.
Right? I used to say that because first edition specifically says weapons. And the only reason that I changed it is this came up when we were interviewing Luke Gygax on the Sunday show back in, I think, February or March, rather. And Luke said, yeah, the way we always played it, mirror image also protects against spells. So I changed it.
Okay.
As a result of Luke's insight.
I mean, it kind of makes a little bit of sense because don't spells require line of sight?
Yeah, there's that.
There's sort of that. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't mind it. And frankly, when I surveyed people, everybody else agreed with that. So I'm glad I was informed about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Can I cast Feeble Mind on you?
No. Maybe I should have cast Mirror Image. Maybe I should have done that, actually. Yep, that's what it's for, unfortunately.
Okay. Then I shall. And I would like to physically attack you with the Wyvern again.
Yeah. I'm gonna what would you like to do first?
Well, I guess if I get you a Feeble Mind, then everything else is moot, right?
Yeah, and also if you get me with a poison, it's also moot. So
okay. Well, let's see how Feeble Mind goes.
All right. So Feeble Mind it is specialized against magic-using creatures. I need to make a save versus spells at -4, where I lose all my spells and I can't act intelligently, and I'm basically out of the game.
So let me just ask again. I'm kind of a dummy. I don't play much high-level D&D. Only magic-using creatures?
Yeah.
Neat.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. Okay.
I guess it's like those are the really intelligent ones,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
And it's kind of funky that there's one spell that's just
the wizard
nuke
killer.
Nuke wizards. It's all it does. It just nukes wizards and nothing but. And I've had a campaign end with that spell.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Oh, for sure.
And when we play our Wizards Warzone games, it's prominent, I'll say.
Cool.
Okay, so let me see. So save versus spells, there's no bonus for that. So I'm going to have 11. I'm going to be adding 11 for my level -4, which is really 7. So the die needs to come up 13.
All right.
If I get 13 or more, I still avoid that.
All right.
I have rolled a 19,
Nice
sir.
work. Nice work.
19.
Well done.
So I save against the Feeble Mind.
Very well done. All right, so I'm going to just attack you. Shall I see if my attack is a sting or not?
Yes, please. So again, 1 through 4. Okay, it is a poison sting because you rolled a 2.
So last time I think I needed a...
So D20 plus your hit dice.
7, right.
Yep.
So I needed a 13.
Yep.
Came up short.
That's a miss. You rolled a 10.
You live to fight another day.
Yeah.
Now, that's the end of a turn.
That is correct. That's correct. So we're ending the zoom in. We're ending the zoom in fight. Let me get off this. Okay, so back to...
Cool. Fine.
Okay, so that's our one Book of War turn of zoom in D&D combat. My wizard's still on the table.
Yeah, I couldn't kill him. Hard to kill. And I couldn't do any other attacks, so that's the end of that.
Yeah, that's my turn. Okay. Now I can move away for free.
Okay.
I can just turn around. I can move away for free. We don't do the back attacks thing here. But obviously I can't get very far away. And there's almost nothing I can do. I mean, I can take out the Wyvern with a spell. So the next thing in the arsenal would be Polymorph Other or Charm Monster. Oh, Charm Monster. So I could stick here. I could at least take the Wyvern out, and then you wouldn't be flying. Is that worthwhile?
Wow, Charm Monster's a high level spell. I mean, relatively.
Yeah, it's pretty
Oh.
It's a potent piece of sorcery.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna quickly be in uncharted waters here.
Mm-hmm.
That won't help. These hobgoblins are gonna left face and march down the hill to try to help my wizard against your.
Oh, I
Lich.
see. Oh, those ones, yeah.
Yeah. Now again, I can only attack with one single figure against
Yeah.
solo, but still,
Yeah.
that would be at the mass scale.
Yeah.
Okay, so I can only hit armor 5 stuff at 7.5 inches. Does that make sense? Yeah, okay, so I'm going to push the archers. The archers are going to be like, we don't want any of that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to push them up about halfway here.
Okay.
These guys go down the hill to attack. I can't shoot you at 7.5.
And I think you've answered this before, but I've forgotten the answer. If you attack me, do you have to check morale?
We're going to look at the language very
Okay,
carefully.
yeah.
I feel like no, but
Okay.
so fear, it says on attack the target
So
makes a morale check.
So I have to attack
You have to attack me, yeah.
All right.
Does that make sense?
So if next round I attack the orcs instead of the wizard, it will be a fear check?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, correct. Yeah. So I'm gonna move these guys halfway.
Okay.
I'm gonna do move these guys halfway, and then I will have my lich on a wyvern fly and attack these crossbows.
Gotcha.
Okay, so there's that. So move these guys about a half, I guess. I said, which clearly can do that. These guys will about face and come down the hill. I'm just going to push figures like this.
Okay.
I guess I
Because
can.
that's a half move to a side face, and then and
Yeah.
you don't have any penalty coming down. Now.
Correct.
Right.
Correct. And I said I was going to move about half here.
Mm-hmm.
And pretty clearly I can do this and fly up the hill.
Yep.
All right, there's my movement. So, going to attack with this wyvern here, and as stated, you need to make a morale check.
All right. So I get just I have to roll a 8.
Correct.
Yeah, because no ratio, nothing like that.
Yep. You've rolled a 6,
Oh,
and that
bummer.
crossbow unit melts away from the fear.
Yikes.
It's a powerful ability.
Yeah, no, I've used it many a time.
And my hobgoblins are charging to attack your grounded Lich and Wyvern. So I get back attacks. So effectively. So your armor is 6.
So you said
and
5.
I need 5. I'm going to roll this with the big dice. I'm going to do 5 or 6. Now again, you have 2 health.
Yes.
So if I hit you, I tag you for 1 point out of that for half
Okay.
your health. I have rolled a 5.
Wow.
Yep.
You got me. Okay, so I'll put a counter
Yeah.
die on there. You have a white one down there I can borrow?
I do.
Thank you.
So what should we do at the zoom in level, which is happening right
So
now?
I'm at like half health.
You're at
now?
half health,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
For both.
Yeah, for both.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll round up in your favor. So your Lich is at 23
Okay.
and your Wyvern's at 12,
Cool.
which is a total of 35, which is what one hit die looks like at this level, actually. Okay, so half health. So my wizard, we're gonna go me, you, me for zoom in. Let me just come back over here. Oh, that's too zoomed in. That's very zoomed in. Where's my wizard? Here we are. So I gotta see some dice here potentially. All right, so I, as stated, I'm gonna try to wipe out your. I mean, your wyvern's at 12 hit points, so I actually could wipe you out with magic missile.
I guess shield doesn't protect the mount, right?
I feel like no.
Yeah.
I feel like no. I mean, when else am I going to do this? I'm going to cast. I'm going to cast Polymorph Other on your wyvern, and try to turn it into the wyvern, right? Try to turn it into a garden snake.
Cool. Now, okay. Yeah, let's see what happens.
Okay, so once again, rolling to see if I hit the mirror image or not. So 1, 2, 3 is the mirror image version. I've rolled a 3, so that hits your image and wipes it out.
Okay, so now I no longer have mirror
Correct.
image. Okay,
cool. Correct. And it's your round.
Okay. I'm gonna try to sting you again.
Yeah.
Or bite, whatever it may be. And I'll try to feeble mind you again. I don't know what else to do. I mean, I feel like those are my best.
You only get that once.
Oh.
Right, you only have one version.
So
of
I will
memorized.
have to think of something.
Yes. Unless you've been feeble-minded, at which point it's not an option.
Okay. Let me see. I feel like I've been feeble-minded. Okay.
Pick another spell.
Can I? Okay. What happens if I cast Strength on the wyvern before it attacks?
It gets stronger.
But does that matter? I mean, they don't really have stats like a...
And here's where you ad-lib your D&D game. Gonna say yes, and whatever you increase it by, we divide that by 3, and that's what your attacks and damage increase by.
Okay.
So likely...
So if I don't get a 3, it's worthless.
You get at least a 3.
Okay. Okay. So I get at least 1 point.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. That was revised at some point specifically to answer that question.
Okay. All right. So
you'll get between you'll get either 1 or 2 points advantage to your attacks and damage.
So I mean, it would be like a long slog with that. Is there any other like?
My wizard's almost at full hit points.
Yeah, it's not great. What if I?
This is the list that Dan is currently looking at. If anybody has, we've pre-selected the default spells for wizards and liches.
Oh, what about hold person?
Hold person's pretty bad.
Yeah. Maybe I'll try to cast hold person on you. Yeah. I'll try that.
Okay. So hold person basically works like hold monsters. So against just me, it's -2 versus the +2 from the saved category. So I'm going to roll d20 plus my level, which is 11.
Okay.
If I can roll a 9 or better, I save.
Okay.
I've rolled a 19.
Wow. Jesus, that was good. All right, so now I just do my normal wyvern
Correct.
attack.
Correct.
So this is to see if it's poisonous.
Right.
It's not poisonous.
It's not.
So now damage, right?
Correct.
Or no, for attack.
Yeah, yeah.
Which is 13, I think
Yep,
we established.
Yep.
Okay, so I hit.
You've rolled an 18.
And here's my damage.
Ooh, max
and that's
damage.
plus 2. So that's 8 damage.
Okay, so I'm down to 28.
Okay.
27.
Okay.
And it's my turn. My round. Okay, so what am I going to do? Now, Julian's suggesting, I mean, possibly for either one of us, Julian's suggesting teleport if there's a risk of losing. But I feel like I want to, which in D&D probably that is what you could possibly do.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I want to get some value out of my figure. So at least the mirror image is down. And Julian's saying whole person has a very low chance of succeeding, but frankly everything has a low chance of succeeding at this level. The thing you had the best chance at was feeble mind. So for me now, I guess I'm gonna so polymorph. Right, went to the mirror image. So I guess I'm gonna hit you with charm monster.
Okay.
Hit the wyvern with charm monster.
Oh, what was it you tried on the wyvern before?
Polymorph upper.
Oh, okay. So you're trying the
Yeah.
okay.
So I want to charm you, and that's a straight spell saving throw. Charm monster. You could compel one or more sentient creatures to become your allies. Mm-hmm. Actually, maybe that's what I should have gone with first.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they obey your orders if they understand your language. I don't think I speak wyvern. Anyway. So yeah, make a saving throw of d20 plus your hit dice.
So 7 is my hit dice, I believe. Yeah.
So that's a 9, and you actually did fail that. So I've charmed your wyvern.
Okay.
And I'm going to assume that it throws the lich off.
Okay.
No damage or anything like that.
Yeah.
I can't talk to it to give it commands, but at least it's not fighting me anymore.
Right.
Is the idea. Does that make sense?
Sounds perfect.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that is the end of our zoom in part. Back to mass scale. And it's your turn.
So, do I have like a lich now?
Great. Okay.
I guess they're still engaged. I can.
Okay, so there's the lich or the wyvern. The lich and not the wyvern is what you got there, which is new, and I hadn't planned for that, and it's completely unexpected. And
but the lich is invisible, right? Even though we can see him.
Not after he made attacks.
Oh yeah, duh.
Yeah.
I did know that much.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is high level D&D, and you now you do need to remember everything.
Yeah.
Now you got to remember everything. All right.
So do you have any other attacks? It's my turn. Okay.
It is your turn.
All right. I don't get to use fear anymore.
I think that's an effect of the lich.
Oh,
so
good.
I think
Okay.
yes.
So I would like to turn and try to spook.
Okay.
Oh, actually, you know what? I think I'd rather spook your archers. So I would like to attack your archers. It doesn't matter where.
You know, it's better if you attack from the back if you need to
Yeah,
make melee attacks,
okay.
actually.
So I just...
And what other movement are you making?
Yeah, so I'll do that. Fire... I think I'll fire at the... Oh, what's the deal? You have a shield? Yeah.
I have protection from normal missiles.
And it's on the wyvern as well.
It affects the figure. On that scale,
okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm going to fire on your archers.
Got it.
Because I don't think there's really much I can do about the wyvern. And I'm going to move forward as far...
You could turn and charge in melee if...
Well, I'll try to do that here.
Yeah.
And here I will advance to the edge of the woods.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Shall I start doing those things?
Yeah. Thank you. So a funny thing popped up in the chat that I really adore is Julian was saying at 9 minutes past the hour, why on earth would the Lich bother to memorize a fly spell? And then at 10 minutes past the hour, having charmed the wyvern, he goes, oh, well, that answers that question.
Very good.
That's great.
So I can't make it to you on this terrain because they can only move 9.
Got it.
So I'll just well, it's a little less than that because I have about an inch of.
Yeah.
So this takes 3 inches.
Yeah.
Right. So that takes 3 inches.
Yeah.
And then I have left 6 inches, which becomes 3 inches.
Yep, agreed.
So I can go to there.
Agreed.
Yeah, there. Thanks. Alright. Over here, I mean, I think I have, this would be 4.5 inches. I think I'm good. Yeah. To the edge there.
Do you want to be right at the edge where I could potentially shoot you, or do you want to be a little bit inside so I can't shoot you at all?
That's right. You can shoot me in the woods. Is there any
if you're
penalty?
right at the edge, -1.
Well, then you can't, right? Because you're.
Fuck.
So I'm gonna go right to the edge.
Okay. Yeah. Any additional penalty makes it impossible to shoot.
Yeah.
So, kids, that's why orc archers are so cheap. Half the time, they're totally useless.
So I'm gonna turn.
Yeah.
Well, my movement is now 9, right?
Correct.
Okay. So I think I can go.
What would it be? What would a lich? I never even bothered to record what it. Well, actually, it's in the solo list, isn't it? So it ought to be 6.
Oh.
It ought to be 6.
Well, I still think I had enough.
Liches are like, no.
Because I don't need to pay to turn.
You're right.
So it's only
You're right.
4.
I totally agree.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
They're not.
But that's good to know.
Yeah.
All right. So that's all my moves. So now it's attack time.
I need to see my necromancer chiropractor.
Yeah, they do. They're like,
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. You're kind of like staggering
Right.
instead
Precisely.
of walking.
Precisely.
Yeah. All right. Let's maybe perhaps roll.
Okay. So let's see here. So it's just a straight morale check here. I get 1 for their health, but -1 because they're chaotic, and then another -1 because it's sunny. Okay. So the dice need to be 10.
All right. Well, you'll probably manage.
How about 4?
Okay.
Okay. So the hideous supernatural aura of the Lich causes my orc archer unit to break up and run in all directions.
Okay, good. And now I'll fire on these fellows.
Yeah.
Almost, I mean, there's no question that's short range, right?
Yeah.
Short range.
Yep.
And I did not move, so... yeah, good idea.
Okay, now you've got 10 red dice.
All right, so I get to do this twice, right?
Just once.
Crossbows. Because they're slow.
And you need 5s, right? You need 4s.
Yeah, short range and your armor's 4.
Yeah.
Not that great.
3.
1, 2, 3. Okay, that's all.
Okay. So my morale check with these guys is what 8 divided by 3 is just 2, and then health is 1, down for chaos, down because it's sunny. So I need the dice to be 8.
Okay.
I rolled a 10.
All right, you're good.
So it's interesting. So at least the Lich. So this is completely unprecedented. The Lich is not as maneuverable Move.
And I
move has
assume
become
I have
6.
1 hit die now, right?
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's interesting. So we've said in the past, right? Once a solo gets below 20 hit points,
Oh.
they're off the game.
Oh.
Right, and you're currently at 23.
Oh.
So actually, if I can go after you and tag you for 4 hit points, I would get you out of the game.
Okay.
According to current rules.
Okay. And you're at 28?
Wizards at 27.
27.
Yeah. And presumably the Charmed Wyvern is just wandering off now, we'll say. Because I can't command him. You know, my best option is just a lightning bolt you twice.
Oh, yeah.
I can just tag you for, you're close enough, I'll just tag you for 2 lightning bolts and you just have to fail one of the saves.
Yeah, yeah.
That's my best option, I think.
That's a terrible strategic choice.
You remove the unit. It removed the unit. I think that's what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
And my Wyvern, my Lich Wyvern is going to try to wipe out these crossbows.
Yeah.
So these guys will stay where they are, and the Wyvern's going to go after those crossbows.
Yeah.
And I guess, is that a bad good idea? No, I get, so these guys are going to right face, so they're aiming this way, and then get to the top of the hill.
Okay.
That's what they'll do.
Cool.
I guess that's it. So Wizard's not moving. These guys can do this, which costs 4.5. And then, yeah, they can get up here. So 2.5 plus the 2. Let's pick up there. And pretty clearly the Wyvern, even if it just walks,
Yeah.
right, is 2 plus 7, so I'm here.
Okay.
That's my movement.
Okay.
That's my movement. So I'm going to attack your crossbows, and you need to make a morale check.
Okay. So I think I need to roll 8, is what we established. Does that sound right?
Yep.
Okay.
5, and that's gone.
All right.
I hit you twice, 2 lightning bolts on your Lich, and again, you need to
I need
save
to
with a
roll
6 or more.
6 or higher.
Twice. That's good. God damn it, Dan. Okay, so you've saved 4 times, and
Too bad I didn't have that kind of luck with my crossbows.
yeah, and that's my turn. It's your turn.
Okay.
If you're within range, I'm probably going to keep shooting lightning bolts at the shuffling Lich.
So the Lich doesn't have a wand.
Correct.
But he has... So here's a question.
Yes.
Can I use in one-on-one
Yeah.
a ranged area? Like, can I shoot fireballs or something?
I've been avoiding that with my lightning bolt, so I'm assuming area effect. If you're in melee, area would catch both of you.
So I'm saying without closing.
Do you have a fireball?
Oh, it's not on the
It's
list.
not on the list.
Oh, is there any? So let me see. But I have these, right?
Just what's on the memorized list there.
But what's BOW selection?
Those are your 6th level spells that are on cards.
Oh, okay. I was thinking it's this. Okay.
Got it. It's the stuff that we use at mass scale.
Oh, I see. Okay, that's actually simpler. So what does Cloud Kill do?
That poisons lower level things.
Okay. I know.
It's area effect. It poisons lower level things.
Oh, I know what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
Duh. It's my turn, right?
It is, yeah.
So Yeah. Oh, beautiful. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll come to that in a moment.
Yeah. Dan's got a plan.
All right. I would sure as heck like to get in.
No, you got to declare before you measure.
Oh, sorry. I just want to try to close on you. I just want to try to close on you.
Great.
And here,
Yep.
I want to start going up the hill.
Great.
Yeah.
Great.
All right, so let's see. There are 3 inches left of the woods,
Yep.
right? So that's 6 inches of my
Yep.
movement. And then I have 3 inches left, right? So it doesn't really matter if I go to you or you come to me. It's not like there's any terrain, you know. So I want to, I can come up to, it looks like I can just about come up to the edge of the hill.
Yeah, okay.
Like that, is that okay?
Yep.
All right. Now, gosh, I have no units. I have like nothing left. I would like to cast Disintegrate on you.
Yeah. To prove that you still have that spell.
Yes. There you go.
This camera's on now, sorry. Okay, you do have Disintegrate. So what do I have to do here? What are you casting it on?
The wizard.
Okay, so obviously you're in range. So you shoot a ray that atomizes one object or creature. Solo creatures get a save of 2d6 with a target of 7. So I'll roll 2d6. If I can roll 7 or more, I save for that.
Okay.
7 or more. I have rolled a 6. And you have disintegrated my wizard.
Finally. God, that was like...
By 1 pip. Wink.
We really had it out for each other. That Lich and that wizard were like...
That's your damage. Okay, well, that was so much for them. You never asked me his name.
Oh. Well, what's his name?
Tomaic.
Oh, that's kind of a cool
Yeah,
one.
yeah. Tomaic is now Tomatoms.
Is now ex-Tomaic.
Yeah. All right. So good job with the Disintegrate. Okay, back to mass scale. The camera here. That's it. Great. Okay. So, all right. My turn. I'm gonna go with what brought me to the dance. I'm gonna have the Wyvern turn around and try to fear those hobgoblins.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah, go ahead.
What is going on with that damage die now that the Wyvern rolled?
It's reminding us that the Lich is damaged and has 23 hit points.
So
if I tag him for 1 at mass scale, he's gone.
Okay.
If I tag him for 3 in solo scale, he's gone.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, did you ask me a question?
I don't think so.
Okay. All right.
I could be wrong. My Wyvern's going to turn around and go at those hobgoblins.
Gotcha.
Who do have +1 morale. And I guess these guys are gonna charge into melee if needed. And I'm gonna start swinging these guys around down the hill to meet those guys coming up.
Okay.
And then these archers are going to about face and start coming around this way.
Okay.
That's the deal.
All right.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll just swing this around in place.
Yep.
That's costs 6.
Yeah.
Yep. And then just measure another 6. This is obviously less than half. So I can do this and then bring one more around on each side.
Mm-hmm.
That and that.
Mm-hmm.
So I can, obviously this costs nothing.
Mm-hmm.
I can come down the hill.
Okay.
Ugh, death.
All right.
All right, I would love for, I don't think I, so if I can measure 9 inches from here to here, I can swing around and get in contact.
Yeah.
Actually, oh, that is,
Yeah,
that's less
yeah.
than 9. Okay,
That'll work.
great. Okay, so, so it's a little complicated, but I am in,
Would you like to put it down and I'll just scooch back ever so slightly?
you know, I'll start taking it off the
Okay.
tray is
Okay.
what I'll do.
All right.
Oh, very unstable.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so there's that. Alrighty, so attacks. My wyvern attacks. That
All right.
unit.
So I got to do a morale
Correct.
check. And this is just hobgoblins. They don't have a light disadvantage, right?
Correct.
And they get a +1, so I need a 7, right?
I think it's 8 because you get health in your favor,
But the chaos.
but down for chaos.
So it's an 8. You're right.
Yeah. 4, and that unit's gone.
The fear is on your side today.
Yeah. I think this episode is called Fear Factor.
Yeah, definitely. All right.
And obviously that's irrelevant, but I get melee over here. I got 5 dice in melee, and I need 5s.
Yeah.
And now we're playing traditional Book of War.
Okay.
The number of hits that I got is 0.
Is that no, I did do one archery volley. But that's the first
Correct.
melee attack all night, isn't
Correct.
it? That wasn't 1-to-1.
Correct.
No hits? Okay.
No hits.
All right.
No hits, no runs, no errors. It's your turn.
All right. I would like to...
Now, Julian's got a question. The question is, does Charm Monster wear off now that the wizard is dead? Question mark, question mark. Okay, now the spell itself still works, right? So D&D spells don't go away because the caster is dead.
But the person that was charming it is dead.
Yeah.
I mean, you could say the I'm trying not to be self-interested here.
Yeah, me too.
You could say that the griffin is grief-stricken. The wyvern. You know, seeing its friend die like that.
What do you think, Julian? Well, how would you rule this, Julian, or anybody else? Okay, so I successfully charmed your mount, but then you killed me. Does the mount still?
Probably attack me. No.
I don't think so. So the current rules specifically say that would never happen, right? Actually, so it's based on some surveys I did, right? I've got it specifically in here. Commands to harm their self or their companions fail. So even if I was still here, I still couldn't attack you with it.
Yeah. Well, maybe should the griffin get another? Not the griffin.
Right.
The wyvern get another savings throw? That'd be one way to do it. I mean, no. Okay, so if Sorry. Tell me if you want me to just stop saying things randomly.
No, that's what we're all about here.
Okay, all right. If I were playing D&D, I might argue that the Wyvern thought you were the most charming fellow.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And decided it didn't want to fight you anymore.
Yep.
Sort of wandered off.
Yep.
But then saw its, former master now being attacked by others, and the charming one's dead. So it might come back into the fray.
I'm sold, Dan. I'm sold, Dan. Yeah. The Wyvern comes back and picks up your Lich again.
Cool. So we switch them
put
out?
the figure back.
All right.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. Thanks, Julian. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot.
So
that's legitimate.
What is that? Okay.
I could have imagined either way. That's not a crazy ruling.
And my hit dice are unchanged because they were already damaged.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
Did not see that coming. See if I'd hit you with polymorph, then it. So many options. So many hard choices.
All right. So that does affect. So I believe it was my movement phase.
Now I will. So Julian, having said that, Julian saying your thoughts are that for simplicity's sake, the Wyvern has lost morale and is just gone. But we've made the call. We're moving forward.
Okay.
Either way is legitimate.
All right. It really only changes my ability to fly, which is not nothing. But what I would like to do is, it's my movement.
Yes.
I would like to fly over here and attack behind.
Yep.
Okay, so I'm gonna. Oh, and then that's it.
Yeah, that's it.
All right, and then we'll put this damage die with it again.
If you want to bring up to 3 figures on each side, so if actually you could bring around all the guys if you want.
Yeah, got nothing better to know.
My standard is making trouble there, which is why was my intent all along.
Oh, these are part of the same unit, though. I'm kind of wrapping around, but there's these guys.
Yeah.
Did the unit get separate? Oh, well, it doesn't matter, right? It's all the same, really.
Correct.
Okay. Do I have how many in contact? I
think all 10.
1, 2. So, do I get any from behind? Maybe
no, because of what you just said.
Yeah,
This is really connected to the trade.
Okay.
So really,
all right. So I need 4s. No, 5s.
you need 5. Get those.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I don't know why I only rolled 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Those are no hits, though.
Okay. Here's the rest of that.
Yeah. Oh, fuck.
No, three hits. 3 hits.
Okay, so 1, 2, 3. And perhaps more punishingly, I need to make a morale check from the Wyvern.
Yeah.
So I'll just roll these. I need... those are hobgoblins, right? So I need 8?
Yeah, that's what we...
I need
8.
I've rolled 3. That is not successful.
Okay.
So that unit evaporates. That was that ability is not so much fun on the other direction.
The receiving end, is it? Yeah.
That's mine. This is mine. This is mine.
Yeah, I don't think I had any falls, so I should still have 10.
Yeah, agreed.
It's all set and done.
Count that there. Make sure you get 10.
Yes. I'll do it.
Oh, so many figures being lost. Okay. It's my turn.
Yeah.
going to reform these guys here, pointing in that direction. I'm going to move these guys toward pointing to the hill.
Okay.
So probably get around here, I'm guessing.
All right.
Lich is not going to move.
Uh-oh.
Okay, Lich is not going to move.
I don't know if
This
this
could be a
round,
mistake.
but yeah.
So we're reforming these guys nicely here. These guys can move 12, so I'll go like, here's 6, and I'm there.
Okay.
All right, attacks. I am going to cast with the Lich. I'm going to cast Death Spell.
Okay.
Death Spell. So that is a mass, specifically against massed lower level units there. And with a little bit of an edit, you can see here, I automatically kill 4 of your hobgoblins.
All right.
Kabam.
Okay. Morale check time.
Yes.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 divided by 4 is just 1.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Hobgoblins. So I need a 7.
I agree with that.
Okay.
You've rolled
And
exactly
that's
7.
exactly what I needed.
Mm.
Nice.
Hey Jacob, thanks for checking in. It's your turn.
Okay.
I thought that was gonna sweep that unit off. Anyway.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna hit these guys with Death Spell.
Yeah. Oh shit. Oh shit. That's what I thought you were gonna say.
And I guess I just have one guy off the platform, but I guess that'll take my whole move to put him back on.
No,
the line.
you know, you're in a line. You can just move in the line.
Okay. All right.
You have to measure from again the outside the line, whatever which way it is.
So I would like to make my way towards this.
Yeah.
So
You have to account for going over the hill.
okay, that's fine. So that would be a 2. Just cost me 2, right?
Can you measure from the outside?
Oh,
here?
yeah, that's
See,
right. I
feel
forgot.
like unfortunately you're actually going to go over the. Okay, all right, okay. Yeah, all right, yeah.
So a 7.
Yeah.
Basically, it'll just get me to
Yep.
like. I'll be like kind of tilted off this,
Yeah.
like this.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that?
Yeah.
Okay.
And if it's inconvenient, you can push it further down or something. Alrighty then.
Like that. Okay.
Alrighty. Yeah, fine.
Okay. So 4 of these die.
Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a tough spell. And morale check time. Did I make it with these or did I fail with these? I'll use the normal ones. So 0 for the ratio, 1 for the health, down because they're chaotic, down again because it's sunny. So now I need 10.
Okay.
I rolled a 7 and that unit's gone.
Okay.
That is a powerful spell. Well, that.
Boy. Now we do have the same one.
Yeah, now we do. Yeah. Wow, that swung.
Although
wildly.
you're a little less beat up than I am.
Correct. I think I see how this is what the end game is here. Yeah. Okay, so this is it now. So hobgoblins charge.
Okay.
And this has to happen. So, and I'm gonna fly and I'm gonna attack your Lich Wyvern with my
More
Lich
one-on-one
Wyvern.
combat?
Correct. And I get the first round.
Okay.
I do get the first round for
All
what
right.
it's worth.
All right.
So pretty clearly I'm within 9 inches. Yep. And this is obviously within 24.
Yeah.
So. Let me roll my mass attacks first, so I get 5 guys up front.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need 5s. 3 hits.
Wow, that was pretty devastating.
Yeah, that's nice. That's a good deal. And zoom in time. All right, so you got these 2 wyverns with liches on them, riding on top of them, to be mounted at a future date. Get this like this. And now we're zooming in for D&D action. So we're going to have 3 rounds back and forth. So you have both, right? You have both the Lich and the Wyvern. I'm assuming I don't have to roll for which one my Wyvern's attacking.
No.
Can I just decide that?
You can decide that.
Okay, so we've been allowing spells. So I have my Lich has all my lower level spells.
That's right. I was fighting the wizard. I forgot.
And you don't have mirror image. But still, most of these don't work against undead. Cloud kill, you're too high level. Feeble mind, you're undead. Hold monster, you're undead. Fear, you're undead. Polymorph other, the current rules are that won't work against undead. Charm monster. Magic missile doesn't work because you have a shield. Hold person, you're undead. Jeez. I like this mirror image tactic.
Was
So
good,
my
right?
my Lich casts mirror image.
Maybe you'll do better. In
Right.
the
Hopefully I roll higher than the 1. And my Wyvern is going to. Okay. This isn't explicit. I'm going to assume that your Lich is immune to poison. Does that make sense?
Okay. Whatever. Yeah. I don't know. Well, he's dead.
There's that, right?
That sounds like something that
Right.
somebody should know.
Yeah.
Viewers, can you help
It varies
us?
by edition. So it's either
Oh.
unstated or I think probably in advanced D&D they probably say it.
Okay.
I think I have that in OD. I think the undead are just immune to death effects, and
Yeah.
I think that counts as a death effect.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So the Wyvern's going to attack your Wyvern. That's the deal.
All right.
So first of all, how many mirror images do I get? So this is pretending this is a D4 here. That doesn't count.
You did
Unreal.
the exact same thing.
I also get 1.
He rolled a 6 and a 1. That's what I don't know if you remember.
You're right. Yes, you're right. That's exactly what happened. Okay, so my Lich has 1 mirror image happening, so you have to get through that at least. Again, protects both the Wyvern and the Lich.
Yes.
And then my Wyvern attacking your Wyvern, I would like poison, so if this comes up 1 through 4. Nope. Okay, they're just biting.
But you only have to knock 3 hit points off, and you get a +2 on your damage. So if you hit me, I automatically am out of the game, right? You said at 20 or lower? Or under 20? What did you say?
After we come out of zoom in action,
Okay. Okay.
we'll discuss.
We'll
We'll discuss that. Anyway, your Wyvern currently has 12 hit points. So my attack, you've done this a number of times. So the Wyvern has 7 hit dice and it's AC 3. So the die needs to be 10.
Okay.
I roll a natural 1.
I think that means you fall down on your face.
A natural
and I
1. In OED, I would roll it again for what it's worth. And if it's like super low, if it's 1 through 5, something extra bad happens. I rolled a 7. There's no fumble.
Good enough. Okay, good enough.
In current OED rules.
Do you know what I started doing? Sorry, I don't want
Go right
to
ahead.
take all night, but I thought you might appreciate this, even if it's not something you would necessarily do. So Delving Deeper has a slightly modified jousting table, which you roll a d8 and a d6 to find the...
Yeah, makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
So on fumbles, I roll on the jousting table. Because almost all the jousting could be interpreted as a fumble effect if just a slight poetic license.
Yeah.
So, do you get unhelmed? Do you get unhorsed, which would just be falling over? Right. Things like that.
Right.
But a lot of times there's no effect if it's glance.
Yeah.
It's just you're fine.
Oh, that's elegant.
It's just a really fun way to use some OD&D table.
Yeah,
I don't really use much.
Yeah. There's one. There's one result in there which is effectively you get hit in the nuts. I don't know if you've.
Yeah, it's like you break your shield and unhelmed or something.
Yeah, I think in chainmail I think it's like you rise up in your saddle and the opponent shot low or something like that. You get extra multiple damage or something.
Nice. Yeah.
I never noticed that until someone pointed it out recently.
Oh, cool.
Anyway, it's your round in the zoom in action.
Okay. I think my wyvern will do the wyvern will do the usual.
Yeah. Against who?
Yeah, good question.
So my guys are at full hit points all the way. So my Lich is at 45 hit points and my Wyvern's at 24.
And I have to get the combined hit points below 20 to get you out of the game, potentially, right?
I think that makes sense.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I think that makes sense.
That makes sense to me.
Right.
Well, I'll see if I can take out your Wyvern.
Yeah.
Right, because if I take out the Wyvern, it would be out. Right, if I take it out, totally take it out.
Sure, of course, yeah.
Okay, so I'll attack your Wyvern.
Okay.
And then I think I will. Okay, I have a crazy idea.
Yeah.
You're going to say I'm not allowed to do this, and that's totally fine.
Great.
Can my Wyvern attack you and my Lich fly away?
So this is sort of Julian's question. I think that the intent was the Lich can. So I think that this is the place we've never gone before. I think the intent was you can fly out of the fight permanently at will.
Yes.
We've never crossed the line of a wizard type using fly to get around the battlefield and staying in the fight.
Okay, I see.
Which was your intention, right?
Yeah. Well, let me ask you a different question. Can the wizard run away, or stagger away, as it were, the Lich?
I think no, because even if you get like 6 inches away, I could chase after you on my round effectively.
Well, that's fair.
Yeah.
But I couldn't force a morale check.
Remember, we're in zoom in combat, so we're just going to go round.
So even if I get to your troops, you still get to hit me once.
That shouldn't be an option until we get back to to your mass scale turn.
Okay, so let me stay focused.
Otherwise, you'd be getting more, right? You're getting more fear opportunities than the other player. I hope that makes sense.
Can I cast Protective Sphere on
Now again, you're limited to what we've got memorized.
Oh
on
God,
this
I'm
list.
sorry. Yeah. Okay, I'm terrible at this. Okay.
This is maximum complexity. This is, again, by reference, this game now includes all of Dungeons and Dragons as a subset of the game all of a sudden.
All right, I'm sorry. Okay.
So it's legitimately complicated.
Yeah. All right. Are you evil?
I'm chaotic, and I'm opposed to you. So
what happens if I cast protection from evil?
it protects. You get bonuses.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll just do that then.
Okay. I think it's like +2 AC and saves, I think.
Okay. That's what I'm gonna do. I guess I'll cast
Crazy.
it on myself.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. So you get that happening,
And then the wyvern's attacking.
Correct.
Shall I roll that?
Correct.
Okay.
First of all, roll to see if it's, poison sting.
It is.
It is. Roll to see if you hit my mirror image. So 1 to 3 is the mirror image. Okay, so the mirror image goes away.
Okay.
And it's my round, and I guess that the damn Liches. So I'm at least going to get your wyvern out of the game. I'm at least going to do that. So the wyvern will attack your wyvern, and the Lich will cast. Right, I cast mirror image on myself, and the Lich will cast hold monster on your wyvern.
Okay.
This has got to work.
Okay.
So first of all, hold monster. So make a save with a D20 because we're zooming actions D20. So roll, add your hit dice, and you're trying to get 20.
So I need a 13.
Yeah. Okay, that fails. So you rolled a natural 8. Your wyvern is paralyzed and out of the game, and my wyvern attacks it and coup de graces it or something.
Yeah. So should we?
All right, and that's the end of the zoom in action.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Okay, so there's that. So back
Now
to,
it's my
back to Book of
turn,
War.
right?
Back here. Yes, it is your turn.
Okay.
You got to make a morale check with your hobgoblins.
Oh yeah. All right. So I get the ratio is exactly 1.
Yeah, agreed.
Is that right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So 1 plus 1. So I need a 7.
+1 for their morale bonus.
But then they're capped.
Oh, yep. Good point.
Yeah,
Good
yeah.
point. Yep. You
So
need a 7.
7.
Agreed.
I didn't get it. All right. So all I've got left is this Lich. All right. I would just like to see if I can. I've got 6 inches. My intention. I'm gonna declare my intention.
Yep. Correct.
Is to attack you.
Great.
So now do I have to say where exactly? I would like to get you from behind if possible, but if not, I want to hit you.
I think you can get me from behind, unfortunately. You can walk down that hill, move to the side. And,
Oh yeah, there's plenty of. I mean, you know.
yeah. Let's say yes.
Okay. So
Every possible advantage.
thank you. All right.
Here is my fear save. I got hobgoblins. So I get my health and chaos and morale bonus cancel out. So I need an 8.
Okay.
I rolled a 10,
Nice.
and I only have to do that once, right? This is the first time anyone's successfully saved against fear.
Wow.
And so the rule says they're now immune to fear
Yes.
for this game.
Yes. Okay. Well, that was not what I wanted to happen. But I still get an attack.
You do get to attack.
And would I just take a figure out automatically or something?
Correct.
All right. So I'll knock that one over.
Yeah. Yep. Okay. And my morale check is automatic
Yeah.
then. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Finally. Okay. So I turn around to melee you,
Yeah.
and I come down to pinch you off.
Okay.
Well, that's this. Hopefully this does it.
Yeah.
So I've got your Lich trapped in here.
If I could have won that fear, I still had like a small, slim chance.
I agree.
But no,
I agree.
No, I don't.
Yeah. That was pretty critical. That.
I really didn't though because I was so badly injured. I really didn't have a chance, honestly.
Where's the zoom in camera? Here it is.
It just would have looked better.
Yeah. The fact that was the one time anyone made a morale a fear check was kind of important. So I'm going to attack with my hobgoblins, right? I get one die.
Yeah.
So I'll roll this.
And she need a 5, right?
Correct. I need a 5. This would do it. I rolled a 3, so that didn't work. And now we're going to go to zoom in action. So the wyvern, the poison can't. We've decided the poison can't affect you. So I'm going to do a normal attack with the wyvern, and I mean, is there any? So there's nothing I can. None of my spells would affect you. Not cloud kill, not feeble mind, not hold monster. I'm too close for that. Not fear, polymorph, charm. Nothing. All right, I'm gonna do your trick of casting strength on my wyvern.
Okay.
All right, so I'm going to roll this +2 for how many extra points. So, okay, so my wyvern strength goes up by 3, which means I'm just going to get +1 and stuff.
Okay.
Crazy. Okay, and here is the attack. I'm not even going to roll for whether it's poison or not because it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
So I need. Normally would have been 13. Now I need 12. Except that your Lich is AC 3. This is the first time anyone's made a melee attack.
On a Lich. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
So 8 + 3 is 11. I hit you with a 9.
Okay.
Yeah, I hit you with a 9.
All right.
I rolled an 18. So the damage is this +3. 5 points.
So now I'm below 20.
Correct.
But we still go through
Yeah.
this. Yeah.
Yeah, you're
Okay.
at 18 hit points.
All right.
It's your round.
I've cast a lot of things already. Am I still protected from evil?
Yes.
I don't think it would have affected that.
I agree with that. Yes, I momentarily forgot.
High,
I didn't need a 9. I needed an 11.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
No problem. Okay, I think I will cast teleport to get away from you.
Okay. Really?
But does that mean I cede the battle though if I do that?
That was always the intent.
Oh.
That was always the intent.
So I can't do it. I can't just like teleport a few inches away.
Let's say for tonight, yes.
I mean, whatever the rule is, as you can tell,
we never crossed this. We never crossed this barrier. The intention, like I said, the intention was that a high level wizard just get out of the fight anytime they wanted with teleport, or fly, or polymorph self.
I mean, since this isn't part of a larger campaign, there's really no point in doing that. So I'll keep thinking.
I mean, I will be somewhat aggravated that I didn't eliminate your Lich. I'll point that out.
Do I get to bring it with my 500? A wounded Lich? Let's see. Why don't I... Oh man, I really just don't even know if I have actually anything left.
Right.
Wall of Fire, like...
See, I've been avoiding that. I've been avoiding that all night because, again, it's an area spell, and I felt like it was going to hit yourself.
Yeah.
I mean...
All right, you know what? I'm just going to do a melee attack against you.
Yeah.
I'll try to take out your wyvern.
Great.
Yeah.
You need a... oh my god, you have 18 hit dice. Don't roll a 1.
All right.
Oh my god. Well, that's... almost inevitably, whenever I say that, that's what happens.
But what are the odds? Nobody knows. They're incalculable.
So I'm gonna attack you with melee with both my guys. So the wyvern needs an 11, like we just said.
Okay.
6. That's a miss. And the lich needs to not roll a 1. I rolled a 5. And your damage is this. You get 5 points of damage.
All right. So that's the end of the turn.
That's the end of the turn, yeah.
And I'm below 20.
You are below 20. You're at 13 hit points.
So does that mean it's done? We're done?
That's
the normal.
Yes.
That's the normal rules.
Yes,
Yeah.
I think so. Yes, I think that's it. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. And you were clearly pinned in there, and either we're going to have to escape or something
There was no. Yeah.
So let's assume that you actually do cast teleport. You're out of the game.
Okay.
The fight ends with that, and you can. What was your lich's name?
My lich's name was Steven.
Well, feel free to bring Steven back in a later game. You do have to pay for him.
Okay.
But Steven may be back in a later game. Okay. Jeez. Holy smoke. Okay, so that was
fun though.
That was brutal.
Because we really got to do some of the single.
Yeah. That's why we do this, right? We do this to discover the rough edges that I didn't foresee before. So that is like I say, that now all of a sudden all of D&D is included by reference. So potentially we were using any spell. We were thinking about liches plus mounts plus flying plus spells.
Mm-hmm. One thing I did notice that I had never noticed before is that, and I think maybe this is because the last time I remember that we had individual on individual combat, It was fighter types. Where I'm going is you're suddenly thrust into playing high level D&D.
Yes.
So that feels very different from I'm just two fighters slugging it out.
Totally. Yeah. You're right. Good point. Good point.
I'm not saying this is a bad thing. I'm just saying it's an element that I had not been exposed to before. So all of a sudden I was just, you may have noticed, completely lost.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know what this spell does. I don't know anything. I don't.
Yeah.
So that's one consideration for the. If part of the appeal of the game is easy to play for beginners, it's nice to have the alternate rules that maybe don't go into zoom-in mode.
Yeah. This is a great point.
Yeah.
And you are correct. I actually was getting it. So this is the first time that we've had zoom in action with spellcasters.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And I had previously made, as you saw us using, previously made these default spells memorized in an attempt to cut down what you were going to have to, think about, frankly.
Yeah.
And I did this whatever it was, 2 months ago or something like that. I was starting to think that this would never get used, right? I was starting to think, well, no one would ever want their wizard in a melee,
right? So
this will never happen.
Right.
And the practically the only time you would want it is with a lich.
Yes.
Like I doubt that you would have sent like a normal wizard into melee against my wizard.
No.
But to try to eliminate it with the lich, that actually makes sense.
Yeah.
So you're right, and this is why I think you see the give and take about limiting, normally limiting spells in Book of War to just these 6.
Right.
Specifically to cut down to minimize it.
Yeah.
And occasionally I get reasonable feedback that says, well, what about Conjure Element? Well, what about Conjure Elemental? What about mass morph or hallucinatory terrain?
Yeah.
And I'm just like, for simplicity, for players to get into it, I just want to focus on just these top level spells.
For sure.
So this here was my attempt at, if you do want to do zoom in action, limit it to this.
Yeah.
And it is really interesting because I was starting to think that would never happen and that just wasted time.
No, it was fun. I'm really thrilled that we made that happen.
Yeah.
That was cool.
Yeah. One question, and I think that this has surprised someone in these wizard arena games that I played before, is the question, can wizards cast spells in melee at all? And some people assume no. It actually says that in Swords and Spells. There's actually a line. Swords and Spells says wizards can't cast spells in melee.
And Holmes says that, right?
Does it?
I think so. Don't quote me on that.
I feel like I don't like that. I don't like that possibility because then your wizards are just totally nerfed, right? Just get someone in range of them, and then they're just totally nerfed.
Right.
And I have never liked that rule, but it's surprised some people.
Mm-hmm.
Would you prefer it if melee spellcasting can't happen at all?
Well, a lot of times people say wizards are overpowered compared to other classes at high levels. I mean, that's kind of not your question. I would just say, well, the problem is, okay, if this is supposed to be OD&D, so I'd say it's pretty clear that in like basic, they can as long as they don't get hit.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
They lose a spell if they get hit. Okay. Even that might not be crystal clear.
Agreed. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
But arguably.
Yeah.
But in OD&D, which I'm really not in my element, but it seems to me that the whole combat sequence is much bit more like dependent either on chainmail or some people would maybe argue Holmes was clarifying it.
Yeah. And some people argue that Swords and Spells was clarifying, which is why I looked there.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So I would say if those are the three sources that are most relevant to OD&D, I think two of them say you can't do spells in melee.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
So then I don't think chainmail necessarily says that.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what can I say?
I personally haven't liked that. Right. I've for many years I've intentionally said I don't want to just remove wizards whole shtick. Right. I guess my intention has been if you take a shot at the king, you better make it count because the wizard is going to come back on their round with a spell.
But okay, going to again the edition I'm most familiar with, which is like basic.
Right.
There's a thing called fighting withdrawal. Yeah. Now it's particularly effective if you have other people in the fight with you.
Yeah.
So if you're like with two fighters. And the fighters and you have somehow all ended up in melee, you can do a fighting withdrawal.
Right.
And the fighters can engage and kind of keep people there. So I guess what I'm saying is you can get out of melee and cast. There are rules that would allow for that.
Now, the rules that I use, you can't move and cast in the same turn. And that's partly me actually looking at Swords and Spells for that.
Well, that's true in basic, too.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
But
so maybe one round later you could cast a spell.
Yeah.
In these cases like here where we didn't have somebody else with them, anyway, that's a long conversation.
That's like
yeah.
But okay, so let's for a moment set aside the question of whether you can cast a melee and say you can. And when you're playing D&D, do you make people declare a spell and there's a chance it gets interrupted?
I don't do that.
Okay.
I don't do that.
Okay. So it seems to me...
Myself.
It seems to me that those are the two options I'm aware of.
Yeah.
Now, obviously OD&D is like... It's not clear, but in most cases it's like either you just can't cast in melee at all, or you have to declare and there's a chance of being losing the spell.
Yeah.
I don't love that mechanic.
Yeah, right.
I don't like. I'll tell you honestly, and I think you probably agree with me on this. I don't like any of the declaring.
I agree. I've intentionally removed that from everything. So in original D&D, they've got that as part of arguably the original initiative system from Chainmail. They've got it explicitly in the aerial combat rules. They've got it explicitly in the naval combat rules, and then you go to first edition. They have it explicitly for spellcasters, and I haven't intentionally erased all of that stuff because it's always a big problem.
Yeah.
At the table, in my experience.
Yeah, I don't like it.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Yeah, I don't like spending time writing down written orders. When you have larger numbers of people at a D&D game, we tend to forget. I know other people sometimes disagree with me on that point, but when I've tried to do that kind of thing, we forget whether we were just declaring or moving. I mean, we were doing that tonight, right? Like even tonight when we have the phase here where we have to declare at least verbally, we sometimes forget whether I'm actually moving or declaring. So then all of a sudden you have 8 players and it's even worse. So I agree with you about that, Dan.
Yeah. So what do our viewers say?
Yeah. Okay, great point. So, and there's actually a thing that Julian said earlier that I want to go back to if we have time as well. So Julian's saying, okay, I've got a burning question from earlier. And this is it, right? I'm actually going to go back to where Julian first asked this. So, way back here. So when this first happened, Julian was saying, honestly, strategically, his recommendation was for wyverns and liches. If there's wizards on the field, probably they just want to use anti-magic field, like you said, because the wizards, as we saw, don't have any other means of attacking them successfully. Mm-hmm. But I guess they'd lose protection from normal missiles then. Oh. I think I agree with that. Hadn't thought about that before, Julian.
And they'd lose wand too. Or would they?
Say it again?
They'd lose their wand.
So he's talking about from the perspective of the Lich. But the Lich would lose their protection from missiles. So then you could shoot the Lich with normal arrows potentially.
Oh, you would cast anti-magic shield on the Lich.
Yes.
The wizard would.
Right. No. The Lich should cast anti-magic spear on themselves.
And lose all their spells.
Yes.
Why?
To avoid getting lightning bolted and everything else I was trying to do to you.
But
I think, is that what you're saying, Julian?
But you don't want to give up all those 6 spells, do you? I almost did that until I found out that I would lose my spells.
Well, that seems like a hard choice. How do you feel about that now, Julian? You're saying you want you recommend having the Lich cast anti-magic sphere on themselves, right? Okay, so wouldn't the protection from evil have affected the attacks, prevented them? Okay, and so on the point, as Julian's probably writing something now, on the point of can wizards cast spells in melee, he says chainmail doesn't specify, but the implication. Oh man, I'm so battered. The implication is that in melee, wizards would go to the mass combat, dueling, or fantasy combat tables as melee. So he's saying the implication is that in melee, wizards melee. And you'd interpret it as not expecting spellcasting in melee, like I normally do in D&D. And I know that surprised Julian in the past with a D&D game I was running. The fear effect is way better than most spells in mass units. And the Lich beats most enemies in melee solo as well. And we notice they have an enormous hit bonus. So I think Julian is saying, yeah, I'm willing to forego all of the Lich spells to be protected against the wizard. Now, Julian, I feel that the anti-magic sphere would wipe out the fear. My instinct is that a Lich with anti-magic sphere on it would also negate its own fear ability, because that's magical.
Yeah.
How do you? What's your take on that?
I've never been exposed to anti-magic sphere before. I had heard of it.
Yeah, welcome to it.
Yeah. I had heard those words spoken, but I had never actually bothered to read it or any, Again, it's like, what is it, 6th level?
It is.
Yeah, I just don't look at those.
Yeah,
I just
exactly.
Yeah, I have no freaking idea what they say.
Yeah. Which is specifically why I go out of my way to get to use them.
Of course, it's a great It's a great point. Yeah, it's a great point.
Yeah, the definition of magical is very nebulous in D&D. you'd consider magic things that procure saves against magic, and like the fear spell does.
Yeah.
But you're saying we're doing morale checks here, which is potentially different. There's a hard design decision.
Yeah.
I feel the fear would be magical. I think.
Yeah.
And then the question is dragon fear magical? Because I'm using the same mechanic. Oh, geez, that's hard. Fear versus anti-magic sphere. My instinct right this second is to say that all the fear is magical and you'd lose that. I could be. I mean, I've been off base before. Anyway, so thank you so much for using literally everything.
That was awesome. That was a good one.
Testing literally everything.
I mean, that was a good one for play testing.
It really was.
It was really a good.
It really was. Yeah. The wizard versus lich fight was, I think, very compelling.
Awesome.
When your lich came at my wizard, I was like, oh, I didn't see that happening.
Yeah.
Now let me say, I should probably not say this because this is totally something for Discord, 100%. And I've said this before, if viewers, if you're new to the channel, this is the Wandering DMs channel, and we have a Sunday talk show. We'll be back this Sunday. I think we might be talking about like invisibility, which almost came up tonight, this Sunday, or possibly siege engines. And if you're not a patron, go to patreon.com/wanderingdms, and we do a $1 tier, and that gets you on our Discord server where we continue these debates.
Nice.
24/7.
Love it.
That feed into the next playtest session. I had what was I just saying? What was I just saying before that?
I don't know. I think we got to wrap.
Yeah, we probably got to wrap. We got to wrap.
My brain is coming out of my ears.
The Wizard on Lich fight was great. And there was a lot of amazing stuff here. And then I thought I was totally in the driver's seat, and then you feared a couple of my units, and it was even again.
It came out closer, and at one point. But if I could have, Well, anyway.
Okay, here's the thing. Okay, so here's the thing that I should probably keep I should keep a secret for a future game. So having had this block here, right, and you were being forced to get your infantry through here. Yeah. The reason that I was pushing my wizard up is that I was intentionally going to start lightning bolting the woods, trying to set them on fire. And we have a rule on the book now that there's a chance, there's kind of a low chance, but if I sat there and just start lightning in the sunny weather, I might start them on fire and prevent you from getting through that way.
Couldn't even get through there.
Right. So that was why I pushed the wizard forward, and then you jumped it with the lich and foiled my plan.
Nice. That would have been fun.
So that's what happened tonight. Dan, thanks so much for the brutal beatdown.
Well, it was a pleasure. It was a really interesting one.
So we'll plan to be back in 2 weeks.
Yes, sir. I will be back in 2 weeks.
Awesome.
Yes.
Happy summer, everybody. Glad we're here in New York for more gaming. And check in on Sunday and check in on our Patreon. And I'll be back. I'll plan to be back next Thursday at this time, as I do the final couple stages of the old Pool of Radiance game, and then we're back in 2 weeks.
See you then.
Thanks so much, everybody. Talk to you on Discord and later. Take care.